Well, 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 great afternoon or evening wherever you are because we know this is global. It's such an honor to be here this evening, the Love Corner, and we have some ladies who's come into the house. They're ready and full of love, well as we are. And as you see, I want you to know this. Let me say this. This is not just a leading lady of virtue. It's not just a girl of royalty. We are all together. So when someone asks you, oh, is it just for the leading ladies of virtue or is this is for the girls of royalty? It is all together. We are one. And so we want you to know that the leading ladies of virtue and the girls of royalties are hosting the Love Corner. And I want you to know that we love you here no matter where you are, no matter where you're coming from. We are here at the Tabernacle of David in Lansing, Michigan, loving on you because we are in the right corner. And we want you to be in the right corner. Is that all right? Yes, it is. Listen, I am Lady Lene, and I am a leading lady of virtue.
I'm Jasmyn, and I am a girl of royalty.
Hello, I'm Addie Nash, and I am a leading lady of virtue.
Yes, she is. And along with Addie Nash, we have Vaughn Smith, who's working tonight, who's assisting with leading lady of virtue, Addie Nash. And we are so honored. I am honored. If you ain't honored, I'm honored because I recognize that I need every woman, every girl, no matter where they are, no matter what they're doing, I need you to be a part of what we're doing here in the house. And so on tonight, we're just going to talk some girl talk about the leading ladies of virtue and mainly about the girls of royalty because I want them to know that they're going to grow up and be a leading lady of virtue. And you're probably saying, well, why did you incorporate them in with you? I thought this was just a girl thing, a lady thing where we ladies can go out and have fun or whatever not. But I know and I recognize that these girls are going to grow up and they need some mentors. And we are their mentors, ladies. We are their mentors. And we want to let them know that they are loved and they are needed. Jasmyn, I need you, sweetheart. I need every single thing that is in you. I need that. I need that beautiful smile. I need the way you walk. I need the way you talk because you inspire me. And that's what we want them to know. We want you to know that no matter where you are, no matter what age, if you're from the age of 1 year old to 105, you are either a leading lady of virtue or you are a girl of royalty. And we love you here at the Tabernacle of David. Now, what I want to do is they introduce themselves. You know, like I say, I have Jasmyn Scott and we have Addie Nash. And I asked Addie to be a part of helping me keep the girls of royalty being a part because I know this is different, ladies. This is different. In the time that I've been here with my husband in pastorship, we've just had the leading ladies of virtue. We never incorporated the younger girls. And so I was like, okay, God, I need them. They're so important, but I need someone to help out. So I reached out to Addie, and then I reached out to Vaughn. Hi, Vaughn, wherever you are, gorgeous woman. I reached out to them and said, hey, listen, I need some help. I need you all to be able to keep these younger girls, a part of what we're doing. And they were so willing and they were so excited and they said yes. So, Addie, I just want you to talk to them about what your role is when I say you overseeing them, to help them to be a part, to let them know how important they are to this, if we want to say a ministry or whatever. But I want you to talk to them and let them know why you're here and what your purpose, you and Vaughn, purpose is for them in their lives.
Okay, well, me and Vaughn, our purpose will be just to keep the younger ladies engaged, make sure that they don't feel like they're being left out. You guys do play a huge role with the girls of royalty and the leading ladies of virtue. We're just here to encourage you to be somebody you can come to and talk to if you feel like you need it, with school and everything, with anything, really. We're just here for you guys, to support you guys.
Just share with them a little bit, sweetheart. What does that mean for you to be a girl of royalty?
For me to be a girl of royalty, it means like I'm involved and my essence and presence is important, and just me being around can like change people's life, and me being there for like a shoulder to lean on. Basically just like being there for people and being there for myself.
That is so beautiful, Jasmyn. That because listen, I say we, and I'm speaking of the girls of royalty, need that. They need that uplifting. They need that encouraging. And see, this is what the girls of royalty. This is why I have Addie and Vaughn in place and making sure that you all stay there, because when you're still in school, right? Mm-hmm. And so we want to make sure that while you're in school, these other girls can see that, and that you can pull them into where you're at. And then as you're pulling them in to where you're at, you got Vaughn and you got Addie on this side to make sure they stay connected, because we know that, not only us as women go through a lot of challenges in our lives, but we understand that you girls of royalty go through a lot too, because I believe I was sharing this last week, that it all starts when we're little girls. And then we become a woman. And then we have all this stuff. But this is what helps us to get away from all the stuff, all the hurt, all the pain that as little girls go through, and then they become a woman, can get away from, and they can be in the midst of some of these leading ladies of virtue, can help pull you out, can talk to you, to encourage you. What would you say to a young lady, Jasmyn? And it doesn't have to be deep, sweetheart. What would you say to a young lady if you had the opportunity to say, hey, I'm a girl of royalty, and they ask you, what's that about, and how can I be a girl of royalty?
I would basically just tell them being a girl of royalty doesn't mean you have to be perfect, because nobody is perfect. And you can kind of just be who you are and not have to worry about people judging you and people complaining that you're too happy or too sad. You're kind of just there for people, and being around people can help. And you can be a girl of royalty by either tuning in on YouTube, contacting Addie or Vaughn, coming into the Tabernacle of David, and just getting involved, putting yourself in the situation where you're involved and you're not feeling left out.
That is wonderful. That is so great. I really love about when she said you don't have to be perfect. Don't try to perfect yourself to be a girl of royalty or either a leading lady of virtue. Come, like you say, come as you are, and then be able to grow into what God perfection sees as you are. And I love the other thing that she said. You come into the ministry, no matter where you are, what church you go to, you come into a ministry and get involved. And that's what I love about you, sweetheart. You came here, and all I've seen you was just getting involved. You're getting involved. And I'm getting beyond myself for a minute, but I remember the day when I first met you, okay? It was out in the hallway, and you and Zoe, she's another girl of royalty, and we had this chat, and we had this whatever not, and you all said something, and I thought you said one thing, and I said another thing. And when we did that, I said, carry it. And so I came in the sanctuary, and through the sanctuary, when I came through the sanctuary and through the message, I sat there in my seat, and I just began to think about carry it. Right after service, I said, send somebody, I don't know if it was Crystal or somebody, or Sylvia, I don't know who it was. I said, go get Zoe and Jasmyn. And I had the letters all down of carry it. What is carry it? Well, first of all, let me say to the world, Lene Miss Trice made up that word. Okay? There you go. Carry it. So, what is carry it? Carry it is for any woman and any girl that you see that's doing something great, or have something great, or going somewhere great. Anything greatness in them, that's carrying it. And so C stands for courage. Okay? C stands for courage. A stands for awesome. Girls of royalty, leading ladies of virtue, you're awesome. R stands for righteous. You are righteous. The other R stands for real. Yeah, you the real deal. And I like what Joy said. We're going to do Y like, you know it. All right? I stands for intelligent. And T stands for together. Because together, we're great. So what we going to do, ladies?
We're going to carry it.
We're going to carry it. So any woman or any girl that you see, that you come in contact with, and you see they're doing something positive, and you know they're doing something positive, or they're looking something positive, you got to tell them to carry it. Carry it. Okay? No matter what no matter what they're doing, no matter what they're doing and how they're doing, we want to tell them to carry it. And so, Addie, I've been knowing you. Did I know you when you was in your mama womb?
Yes. Well, you knew my mom when I was in her room.
Knew her mom. And I want you to talk to them, sweetheart, about a leading lady of virtue, because you're definitely a leading lady of virtue, sweetheart. I saw you. I see you're leading, and I seen the virtue of that, and you're just an awesome. I mean, you only but what? 25. But you've been like this before you were 25. And I look at the products of this leading lady of virtue right here. Talk to us about being a leading lady of virtue and what keeps you being a leading lady of virtue besides your mama and your daddy.
Because that's where I was going to go.
I knew it. It's what I call is homegrown, okay? It ain't no joint, ain't no blunt, ain't no weed or whatever. What did Pastor call it? What did Pastor call it when the guy asked him something that he was saying when they asked him? It ain't gas, okay? I ain't talking about gas.
No.
When I said homegrown, I know when I see homegrown. And this right here is homegrown. Give it up to the mama and the daddy. Yes. Carry it, Jackie. So talk to us, sweetheart.
Well, to me, being a leading lady of virtue is just being, I feel like it's just being myself, being a leader, being confident in just who you are, being happy, knowing how to have fun, and just learning. I feel like just throughout my life, I feel like learning and growing played a huge part to me being how I am right now. So just life experiences, I feel, played a part.
Awesome. Like I say, this young lady, when I don't know how old you are when I came to you about, being a concierge. And I love it because in her mind, in her thought, she was saying no. But she wasn't saying no to me. She was saying no to God. And when she recognized who she was saying no to, she started to carry it. And she came in. And I knew it was something special. It's something special about all the young ladies. But I knew it was something special about this young lady. And I had to get connected to her. See, I'm at a place in my life, and I'm like this. When I see something great, I need to get connected to something great. And it doesn't matter what the age, because there were even the little ones. I remember coming into, when Pastor came into pastorship, and I would get down on my knees, and I would get in the little girls' faces, and you might have even been one. I would get on my knees, and then a few people would say, you shouldn't be getting down on your knees. You were First Lady. I said, well, my first title is Lene Miss Trice. That's my first title. I know who I am. But I recognize that these little ones was going to grow up, to be something great. And so I always make sure that I connected myself to greatness, because I'm not in a place to say I got it all. But I do have it all when I have all of you all with me, okay? I do. And so it is just a blessing, sweetheart, that you're stepping into a place, you and Jasmyn. Oh my God, this girl right here, I mean, I don't even know her, but I do. And it's because of that love that she's shown. And it's not just only that's from me. I see her showing it to other people. I see you showing it to other people. And I am just so like, oh my God, I can flip my wig. I won't flip my wig today. But I love that about women, when I see women loving on one another and accepting one another for whatever, no matter what they look like, no matter where they've been, or no matter what they're doing, you just loving on them. And I love that about women. I love that about you all. That's why, like I said, the doors are open. I thank God for my daughter who talked to me, said, Mother, give them options. She said, everybody don't want to sit on the computer. They want to come out. And I got that. But for me, I needed y'all. Because this helped me to do this. I'm like a little girl in the candy store. Y'all my junk food. So I needed that. So I'm so grateful. Listen, if you have a question in the chat, we got Jasmyn right here on my right side who can see it. Because me and Addie, we can't see it.
No, we
so
can't.
So if you got a comment, you got a question you want to ask or something in there, Jasmyn's going to read it so we can know what you're saying. And then ladies out there, please, there's a mic there. Get in that mic. Talk to us. Give us a comment. Question. I know you got it because I see you burning in your seat. You're a woman. Women can't keep their mouth closed. So if you have some comments and you have some questions, come before us. Go ahead. We have a comment.
So this question...
The mic on.
This question is for...
I don't hear. Is it on? Okay, there you go.
Hello?
Okay, there you go.
So this question is for Jasmyn. How would you handle a situation where you see another girl of royalty that's not really connected? How would you get her connected? What would your approach be?
I would kind of just go up to them and talk about them, about being a girl of royalty, and them being disconnected is pushing them away from it and not bringing them back into it. And being a girl of royalty, you want to be involved and you want to be into it. So I'd kind of just go up to them and talk to them about it. And if they're nervous about it, I know just be a shoulder to lean on and have them like sit with me or like come up with me, have them talk to Addie or Vaughn. And yeah.
Wow,
That is good.
That's great. That's great. We have another. Oh, she's just walking off the mic. All right, come on. We got them in the house. Come on, ladies.
So we've been through a pandemic, and so I'd like to hear from Addie as well as from Jasmyn. What has been your perspective of how you would encourage another young lady that is your age in your experiences through going through the pandemic? Because we all experience it different, and I'd love to hear your perspectives on how the pandemic affected you at your age.
Okay. So you wanted to know how the pandemic affected me? I feel like I am a person, I like to be, I don't want to say busy, but I like to do things. So I like to be out, I like to have fun, I don't like to be cooped up in the house. And that's what the pandemic was. I had to be in the house all the time. So that was definitely different. I felt like I had to learn different ways to connect with my friends. And even work was kind of stressful for me. I never stopped working. We kept going into work the whole time. So that was a different experience, learning how to kind of just adapt to all the different changes and masks and plexiglass things, 'cause I work at a bank. So that was different. I guess I kind of learned how to get used to it. But yes, that was my experience with the pandemic.
Let me ask you this. How do you deal with, like you say, you had to get used to it, or you tried to get used to it, when it affects you physically and mentally? what is your outcome for that? Because I talk to a lot of young ladies or ladies, you know, in that fact that it's affecting them mentally and physically. And you have to find an outlet. My outlet, this is my outlet right here, doing this. But I know different people have different outlets. What was your outlet to be able to function to that, even though you know that you had the plexiglass or you had to be confined to certain areas? What was your outlet for that?
My outlet, I would say my friends, I don't know, my community, the people that was around me. I feel like they were very supportive. Like if I ever felt like I was too overwhelmed, I knew I had people to go to vent, to talk to during that. If I ever felt like it was just getting too much for me, I definitely had.
And that's good. Communication is really good, ladies. Finding someone that you can talk to and get it out, you know? Because at some point when you have that down in the inside, it's going to come out in another way. And it'll come out anger, it'll come out hatred, it'll come out whatever not. What would you say, Jasmyn? What was your outlet, sweetheart, when this pandemic affected you in a way? What did you find, where could you find that safe place?
I kind of, when the pandemic hit, I'm an outgoing person too, so I like to be out. I like to be outside. Being in the house is just like, ugh. And when the pandemic hit, it made me realize that I need time to focus on myself and to be able to learn who I am and to be myself and not hide myself from anybody. Like, I shouldn't have to go somewhere and put on this fake face to be liked or for people to see who I am. Like, I should be able to go out and be myself and do what I like to do without feeling judged, because when I was younger, until this day, I got bullied.
When you was younger? No. Go ahead, I'm sorry. This is so good, sweetheart.
I was bullied a lot for, when I was in elementary, I used to be really skinny, and people would bully me for that. And then, like, when I was, like, 7 or 8, I kind of gained weight, and people would bully me for that.
Oh, wow.
And the way I looked and stuff. So it was kind of just like a way to learn myself and stop caring what other people think, and to be myself. And what other people think shouldn't matter, because they didn't create you.
There you go.
You're not there for them. You're not there for their opinion. You're there for God. You're in this world because God put you here, and God has a purpose for you. So it was kind of just a way to realize that I need to be more confident in me and like myself in my body, and not wish to be anybody else, because I am me.
That is so good. And that's one thing I love about the Love Corner. This is what we're here for, ladies. We want to make sure and keep you confidence in your own skin, of loving who you are. Because when you love who you are and accept who you are, you begin to love the most meanest, ugly, raunchous person on this earth. I mean, you'll want to love her beyond love, because now you're accepting who you are. Now you're loving who you are. Now you're confident in who you are. It is not to a place to where you're so comfortable and confident in you that you're tearing someone down. Yeah. No, not that. But that person can see and say, hey, what is it about you? But I liked what you said. You took time out in this pandemic to look at yourself and begin to study who you are and begin to accept yourself. And that's what a lot of us don't do. And that pandemic was a place and a time for that, because we couldn't go nowhere. We couldn't be anywhere. So that was a time, and that is so important, sweetheart, especially at your age.
Yeah.
Because then when you get to be my age, as going on 60, sweetheart, you'll be free as a bird. I couldn't say that. I started getting free when I was in my 30s, Jack. In my 30s. Because I was going to lose it all. You wouldn't know me. But I thank God that I had to shake myself. I told this story before. I would not even like to look at myself in reflection. If I walked down the street and if there was a window, I would scratch. Because when you don't like who you are, you begin to be false and phony of liking somebody else who they are. Because you can't be real with them. When you're real with yourself, then you're real with anybody else. I know as a little girl growing up, and I know some of y'all have done this, and I used to look at people, especially couples, and say, how she get him? Or, how he get her? That had nothing to do with them. That had everything to do with me. Because it wasn't about what the outside of the appearance that person was. It was in the inside that spurs out of that person. And so I had to come to the realization that I wasn't carrying it. So at age 30, I started carrying it, Jasmyn. And I don't want that to happen to you. And I don't want that to happen to you. You don't have to wait. And I don't want that to happen to you, you. You can have that right now to take time out for yourself and begin to know who you are. Begin to love who you are. Begin to embrace who you are. I look at myself every day, and as I look at myself, I said, you're not getting older, but you're getting beautiful. And I can say that not to the place where I'm so vain, y'all, because I know somebody else, whether I know them or not, will say the opposite or treat me like I ain't nothing. But I tell myself, you are something. You are great. You are beautiful. It's because it's in the inside of me. It's not on the outside. It has nothing to do with the makeup. It has nothing to do with the hair. It has nothing to do with the clothes. But when you are into yourself or like God is into you and begin to embrace and say, God, thank you. You did not make a mistake. Thank you for my nose. Thank you for my cheeks. Thank you for my skin. Thank you. Yeah. Then that's when the change comes of that confidence that you can start embracing and talking to the meanest person, the worst person, and tell them, I love you. I'm praying for you. Got another comment or question? No, she's got the mic. Go to the mic.
I am just so thankful for this platform and you ladies of virtue and girls of royalty and later Nene. I'm telling you, I just feel so overwhelmed. And here I am of the aged ones, and I feel so comfortable and so at home, and this is exactly where I need to be with you girls and you ladies today. But I do want to speak to what to do in the middle of the pandemic when you're feeling lost, and you're feeling out of it, and you just don't know what to do. I'm going to tell you something that I had to do during the pandemic that might alarm some of you, but I had to seek professional counseling.
That's it right there. Thank you.
I'm a Christian.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I am an intercessor.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
a woman of God. I hear
Yes,
from
you are.
God. But freedom and authenticity go together.
Yeah.
And if you're not real,
That's right.
you're not going to be free.
That's right.
And as you sit here, you started at 30-something, now you're some other age, you always have to fight for that freedom to keep it. Because there's somebody always there to snatch it. But what I realize is that it's not always the people out there that's after it. But you can get lost in the house. You can hear some things that's not authentic that will take you off your rocker if you got your confidence in flesh. And the Bible tells us all the time, don't put in your confidence in the flesh. But you know, we get so close and so common sometimes. But as I sought that counseling, I was released from the burden that was upon me. I got clear directions from the Lord, and the Lord has kept me sane. I prayed from the beginning, Lord, teach us how to come out of COVID. And we're still on our way out. We haven't achieved, but we're on our way out, and I love what we're doing. We're starting to come out, and we're feeling comfortable because God is with us. We're not feeling confident in the mask or in CD or anything.
Amen. Good.
in the CDC, but we're feeling confident in the Word of God and each other. You guys are comfort for me, you're help for me, and I love you all. And
Amen.
if you need help, get the help you need.
Amen.
We just need it sometimes.
Amen.
So
Thank you for that. Thank you. You're right, Alice Flemings. You know what? When we have a toothache, where do we go? When we have a foot-ache, where do we go? Foot doctor. Well, sometimes this aches.
Yeah.
Okay? And if you can't get this right, like Alice Fleming was saying, and you need to seek some professional help of doing that, you have to know your own, that's in your body, and your body knows what you can take. I can give you, some advice, and I can talk to you. But I never tell the ladies that I'm talking to that this is the end. If you need to seek beyond that, then you do that. So thank you for that, Alice. Sylvia, I think Lorraine's trying to get your mic. Go ahead, Sylvia. She don't want it now.
I got a question for the both of you guys.
Okay.
Addie and Jasmyn.
Okay.
I wanted to know, just say for instance, your age, Jasmyn, and Addie, your age, what advice would you tell a young lady that she feel like she's stuck doing and still stuck from the pandemic and don't know how to get out of it, and who she can come to and who she can call or who she can confide in? Because a lot of, some young girls feel like that all of their friends or whatever through the pandemic was gone. Yeah. So they don't know who that they can come to. So what advice you would give a young lady your age, Jasmyn, and a young lady your age, Addie?
Addie, go ahead. And ladies, can you keep the questions short? Because we want other ladies to get a chance, and I appreciate it.
Okay. I kind of trying to understand the question. So you just want to know, like, advice for somebody my age if they felt like they were. Okay. Well, I'm trying to think. Well, I advise, I know it might sound cliche, but to pray about it. A lot of times, if I feel like I am stuck and I don't know like what's going on, or I'm stuck in a place, I have to pray that out. I have to seek God and ask him for direction, ask him what I should do concerning my friends feeling alone, or just how to maneuver throughout life, or trying to find the balance between how it was in the pandemic and coming out. And as far as who they can talk to, I don't know if they have like what their community is like, but they should just try to find someone that they can trust. As far as that's something that I would do. If their parents, their friends, siblings, if you can, and just like Sister Alice was saying, if you need to go see a therapist or somebody like that, that would be good.
Yeah, and it's nothing wrong with them. It's nothing wrong with you when you do that, because I know in this generation, I always tell my children, if you don't want to talk to me and Daddy, you're going to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
You're going to find somebody to talk to. I told them I'm at a place that I'm not going to just close my eyes and turn my head to it when I see something that's not right. And because it all starts at home. All this violence and all this, stuff, these not only just your generation, but our generation is out hurting one another. And it's all started at home, and we can't close our eyes to it and turn our heads and just say, oh, and like you said, I understand that about the praying, okay? Because I know I was at a place at one time, whatever not, I didn't want to pray.
Yeah.
And sometimes that happens. But that didn't make me feel like I wasn't saved anymore. I didn't trust God. Because sometimes it gets that hard, y'all. It gets that hard. And so that's important. So at your age, what as Sylvia was saying, that how do someone that's still in the pandemic, how could they get themselves out? What would you say?
I would say for people my age, like some people don't have the connection with God as everybody else does. So praying, and some people don't know how to pray. So just like talking, like she said, talking to somebody that they trust. Don't just go talk to any and everybody, because you don't know who could sit there and be your friend one minute and the next minute go and talk about you behind your back and tell everybody your business and basically betray you. So you have to build that trust with somebody before you can just go talk to somebody. Because I was like that when my grandfather passed last year. So it was during the pandemic and everything, and I was stressed out, and I had to find somebody I could trust to talk to, because it's not always easy to talk to somebody. Some people just feel like they have to hold it in. They can't talk to anybody about it. They have to act happy. They have to put on this face and a fake smile to sit there and be loved and feel like they're comfortable. They have to put on a face. And putting on a face doesn't always work, because at the end of the day, when you're alone, you think about those things.
Yes, you do.
And you think about other things, and your mind goes other places, and it's not directed the way it needs to be directed, and you're not focused. Like in school, you're not focused on what you should be focused on. You're thinking of stuff in your mind. Your mind's just racing on like other places and what's been going on, and you don't have nobody to talk to. So you either find a friend you can trust, a grandparent, like your sibling. Like she was saying, you find somebody you can trust, and then you talk to them about it. You know, you kind of just don't do it all at once so you can know you can trust them, but like talk to them about it, or like write it in a journal.
I was just going to say that.
Write it in a journal, write it in your phone notes.
Yeah.
You know, anything, a diary so nobody reads it, like put it up somewhere, and like just confiding in people that you trust.
Yeah, that is good. You'll find that. That's good answers, ladies. That is so. I wish I had this when I was growing up. I mean, you know, I could have been out of that. I was in a pandemic from the age of whatever until 30. Yeah, and we didn't have that. But I thank God, because I'm learning from each and every one of you all. I'm learning that, you know, like I say, you know, we're at a place to embrace. Mary, it's so good to see you, sweetheart. Thank you for being here, baby. I know you got something to say. Get up in that mic. I got to hear from you, sweetheart. I got to hear from you, baby. But I mean, a lot of you ladies here are here. Thank you all for coming, because it's just showing that love. That I'm saying, that love corner. Let me say this first of all. I got to find out from Kim. Kim is away, because I had you all vote on a name. I didn't come up with that name. I don't think I did. And I meant to say that last week. Somebody came up with that name, and I'm gonna find out who she is. But if maybe it was me, but something tells me that I thought about that. I was like, wait, the love corner. Because when I said it, I remember introducing it to you all on a Sunday, and I remember Pastor, like, it perked him up, like, ooh, I like that. And I didn't want to get the whole thing, so I'm gonna find out if you out there and that was you let Kim know so I can give you the boot. But it is something about that love corner. It is just something about that love. And I had it spelled differently because I'm a different kind of woman. I had it LLO, and somebody thought I misspelled it, but I didn't, but that's okay. But it's something about that true and real love. And only but God can give that to us. You know? And it's something about that true and real love when you know that you're in a place to where you have forgiven everything and everybody. You take a time. I told Pastor this yesterday. I think it was yesterday. What's the day? Friday. Oh, Lord. Well, we've been here since Monday. I said, wait, I ain't supposed to be up here today. I think I told him this yesterday. Every time we have a consecration and fast, and sometimes, you know, we make the announcement before the church, and sometimes Pastor and I just come over here because we want to do this ourselves. I get in a place to where I just tell God to just whoop me, strip me, And I started evaluating myself and looking at myself. And then I started going down, I think I told Kim this. I started going down to the list of people who hurted me, who I thought that hurted me. Who I thought they hurt. They probably didn't even hurt me. But I started going through all that list and saying, repenting, saying, Lord, I forgive them. I let them go. Lord, I love them. I forgive them. I let them go. I was just going through. And do you know when you do that, you become something out of the ordinary that you ever, I mean, I know I've been saved and I know I'm saved. But it's like an eye opener to yourself. Because I understand that you can't love like this unless all of that is gone out of your life. And now you're just like this noodle to God, like, Lord, I'm a love like you. I'm a love the one that hates you. When he was up on that cross, and when who was on the left and who was ever was on that right, and they was calling him names and they was spitting at him, whatever not, he loved them regardless. He didn't stop loving them. He didn't say, look up to the sky and say, Lord, God, get me off of this cross right now. No, he did not, because he knew that was the real love. Yeah. And when you get into a place, y'all, of that real love, that worst person or that whoever person can come up to you and it'll make you forget what they've done or even what they're doing. Because it's love beyond love. And that's what that love corner is about. That's why you got to stay in that corner. If you own a corner and it ain't love, get off. You're not in the right corner. But if you in a corner that got a lot of love, stay there. Because it'll make you love when you don't want to love. It'll make you smile. It'll make you laugh when you don't want to laugh. Because it's real. Come on, Mary, talk to me, baby. Mary, talk to me, sweetheart.
Hot under this mask.
It is.
Girls of royalty, leading ladies of virtue. As you know, with the pandemic, we pretty much have had to adjust. So in terms of our ability to gather, and it even affects how we communicate. So I just want to pose a question about social media specifically. So how do you use social media to bring light to either your connections, to your family, or just other people you come in contact with?
Well, I'll start first and I'll let the ladies know. I use it by my blog. So for those that don't know, I started my blog up again. And so I use it by my blog, by the way that I feel about you all. And it has to do about how I feel about me. Because I can't say it unless I feel it first. So I use it that way, blogging. And I write down stuff, about me, and then I share it with ladies all around. So what about you?
Well, I would say I don't post a lot on social media, so I'm not a huge social media person on that aspect. But if I do see like a quote or something that's on Instagram, or I've seen it on Facebook or something like that, then I'll post it, I'll share it. Something that's like encouraging, or sometimes it's just funny, so people can laugh. I'll share something like that.
What about you?
I'm more the person to like post quotes too, and then I kind of use it to stay in touch with family, because it's a pandemic, you can't really see people. An elder, you can't just go to see them because you have to worry about getting them sick, and them fighting it off isn't that strong. And I kind of use it to stay connected with family and friends and talking to people and just kind of making sure people are okay.
That's good.
That's real good. I mean, you're communicating, and that's the best thing that we can have, ladies and girls, to communicate. You have to communicate. What about some of you all? What about something that you all can give us to help us to be a leading lady of virtue, or to help us to be a girl of royalty and keep us grounded and feeling good about ourselves? Okay, I think Jackie has the mic, and then, sweetie, you can go right after her.
I don't want my question to be out of order because I
Okay.
had a thought before you asked the question.
Okay.
And so I know the pandemic brought in some trying times, but I also feel that God is good.
Yeah.
And so there had to be some joys.
Yeah.
Can you guys share some of the joys and some of the blessings that God has given you or bestowed on you, or what's a happy time that God has done during this pandemic?
I think for me, it's family-wise. Connection back. Because first of all, you have to know that family is first. God created the family in order for us to have the church. And we can all call ourselves family, but we have our individual family. But I think for me was a joy that connecting, getting our families back together. Now, as I was hearing that lady, I heard one lady was telling me, said, I didn't know how to be a domestic engineer, but she had to learn. You know, she had to learn how to prepare meals and be there for her family and be there for whoever not, but just the connection bringing us together. Jackie, that was a joy, because I know for me, I love family. I love my family. I said it before, I have the best family in the whole wide world. No respect to any of you all, okay? But I love family, and I love y'all family. And I definitely, say this a lot to women when it comes to their moms. It's so important to connect. So, Jackie, that was just such a joy that I know it burnt out a few family members. Like, hey, I'm tired of you. I'm going in that room, or but they couldn't go out the house, But I think that God made it that way because he was trying to show us something about our families. And I think when Pastor had that prayer for us to about the families, that, you call your family members up and you get with them and yes, it's about that family, that joy, knowing that I still had my family connected, even though it was hard sometimes. So that was a amazing time for me. I mean, now it's like my house is all quiet now. My son has gone out to school. I have one son that he's married with his beautiful wife. My daughter is still here, but still, it's just, I like family. I like family, Jackie. That was just a joy. What did you find? Where did you find for the pandemic? Where was it joy for you?
Well, I feel like I found joy in my friendships, relationships, and also I feel like I still, I traveled, even though we weren't, so.
You wasn't alone.
Listen. So I feel like just with like friends that I haven't connected with, we still got together, was able to travel, work. I had like promotions, a couple of different promotions and work.
Yeah, because nobody didn't want to work, so
Right. So yeah, and I feel like with family, I love my family too. Family means a lot to me. So just with being able to be around them, was joy.
What about you, Miss Jasmyn?
I found joy in like getting a better relationship with my sister and my nieces and nephews. We kind of, even though we were in a pandemic and we weren't supposed to be around a lot of people, our family's still connected, and I got closer with my nieces and nephew, and I got closer with my sisters and my mom and my dad. And, like, just being around them made me realize, like, you don't know what could happen. You don't know when something could happen. You don't know when something can happen. And just getting closer with them kind of made me realize that love them.
Yeah.
Don't regret anything. Don't hold them to anything. Just love them.
That's good, sweetheart. That's good. That's real good, because I love it when I see online and I see families where they, they get online and they doing this Skype or whatever that you call it, and families are reuniting, and that was also joy to me too, Jackie, to see all that on that. You had a question, sweetheart. The mic is, where's the mic? Okay, somebody pass the mic. There we go. Let's see. We got about 5 more minutes. All right.
I just want to give honor to God. I just want to say, with the pandemic, a lot of you guys know me from Walmart. My mom is Doris. And it was rough. I'm not going to teary-eye, but it was rough. And I want to tell you guys something that she taught me. It goes, Lord, please increase my inner strength. Remind me that although I seem powerless, your power knows no limit, and you will provide whatever strength I need to see me through my current crisis. Amen. And you guys are awesome. I love you, First Lady. You know me. A lot of you know me. But it was rough. It was rough.
Right.
And you guys stick hang in there.
Right.
Talk to somebody, encourage, pray.
Right.
Pray.
Right.
So thank you.
Well, that's what we're here for, ladies. This is what the leading ladies and girls of Girls of Royalties are here for, to embrace those like that, of her that's struggling, that is so hard, to make sure that we're there in their faces, and make sure that, you just make a call or text someone, just say, hey, I'm thinking about you. Hey, if you need anything, don't worry about, well, what if they say they need a car? Well, we'll pray for them to get a car. But just reaching out to someone like that know that it's hard, because each and every one of us go through it differently. Yeah. It would go through it differently. And so I just thank God that this is something that we all can participate in and be able to be here for one another, no matter what time or day or night it is, lady. It is so, so, so important. I mean, it's not just happening here with us in the church of women that's struggling and happen. It's happening everywhere, because I was at the airport a couple of weeks ago, and I went into a restroom, and I'm always, if you a lady or girl, I'm gonna get up in your face. And you gonna don't know me, look at me like, but that's okay. And I'm gonna say, how you doing, sweetheart? How you doing, beautiful? And I tell you, the lady opened up her mouth, and she said, I am not doing well. And she was a worker. She said, I'm not doing well. I'm about to lose my mind. And I waited till everybody went out the bathroom, because she was in there cleaning. And I said, sweetheart, I don't know you, and you don't know me. But I beg the difference. You're not going to lose your mind. Because, see, first of all, your mind belongs to God. And the way God made your mind is not to be lost. It's to be found. And see, I'm one person here. I don't even know you, and I need you. So I don't need you to lose your mind. You're not going to lose your mind. You will be okay. And see, that's the kind of stuff somebody needs. And then walk away. You never see them again. Never know who they again. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, ladies. It does not matter. Girls, it does not matter. And so we make sure we have to keep our hands out there. We got to make sure we're gravitating to them and tell them that, listen, I got you. I may not never see you anymore, but I got you. But if I do see you again, I'm going to check on you and see if you are right. Because it is hard. Because there's times where I had to get up and shake myself. Because I'm no respect of, no different than you are because I'm a pastor's wife. I'm human. Okay? Mm-hmm. I'm human. And sometimes I have to say, listen, Lord, I don't feel like reading the Bible right now. I don't feel like hearing a message right now. Because I'm in a place that it just feels like, whoa. And then I get my little pad, little notes, my little stickies, and then I start writing little things, pretty things about myself. Mm-hmm. Things that the enemy would try to bring back onto me when I was 30 years ago. Well, yeah, it's 30 years ago. And putting all these little pretty things and stickies all over. My husband told me, he said, good looking, you can't put no more stickies up in this mirror anymore because you can't even see the bathroom. And they was all different colors. I did the whole wall at first, and then I started the mirror. He was like, you gotta find different ways. You can't. I remember sharing something with some ladies that was like, they asked me a question, say, Lady Lene, do you ever, seem like you ever fall apart or whatever not? Or I think it was a Lorraine or something that said, Mother, we never said. I said, because you was at school. Mm-hmm. I said, while I was cleaning that oven, I found me some light. It was a light in the oven. I opened all the curtains up, turned on every light in the house, and got myself together. Mm-hmm. But we have to be there for one another, ladies. We have to be there for one another. But I love this. I love this. So we're about to close, but we're not going to close, so don't go away. I have a special celebrity in the house. And she's got something special to say to you. So hold on for a second. But we do this, we do this every first of the month. And it's not strip the first Friday. We do it every first of the month, which is on a Friday. But it's no longer the first Friday. It's the Love Corner. And it is not just the Leading Ladies of Virtue, or it's just not the Girls of Royalties. We're all together. So mark your calendar. And I believe October the 3rd, is it the 3rd? It's the next first Friday of the month? Somebody get that real quick? I said I was going to remember it. 7th is the first Friday in first. Wait. Hold on. Let me get straight. October 1st is the next Love Corner, okay? Now listen, ladies. Those are here and those are listening. They're going to put a flyer up on the screen, and at the bottom of it, you're going to see a phone number, and you're going to see an extension. You need to call that number because, listen, the Leading Ladies of Virtue and the Girls of Royalty host this. If you want to be on the show and you got something to say or something to do or whatever it is, you need to call in, okay? Because we want you to be a part of the show. Or I might call you and ask you to be a part of it. So you got a book or you got something to do or however we need to be on the show. So call that number on the screen when you see it. You see it right now, okay? You see it right now on the screen. And so, cut it off, okay? So don't leave, but because we have a little special announcement. We have a special announcement. We have a surprise guest, a celebrity in the house, and she wants to greet you.
Hi. Hi, I'm Olivia Lawrence. You know, the one on billboards all over Michigan, but we're not here to talk about that. I'm a girl of royalty. We meet once. I want to thank you for joining us for Love Corner. We meet once a month in person or virtual. While you're here, make sure to check out Lady Nate's blog. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you next time.